Despite its massive commercial success, Magic the Gathering's Final Fantasy set has one huge issue. And it's not scalpers. It's not the set itself. It's something very, very simple. We will talk about it after the intro. See you in a moment. Hey, what's up everyone, my name is Mittens, welcome back, glad to have you here on my channel. If you like Magic the Gathering content and pack openings, please consider subscribing. You can click on the little button on the lower right and it would help me out a lot and it's much appreciated. So, today we will be opening Final Fantasy product. As far as I'm concerned, the last opening on this channel. However, we're also here to talk about Final Fantasy's massive issue. And in my opinion, it's directly connected to this here, to play boosters in specific. So, people are willing to pay a premium for Final Fantasy. I will turn them around, by the way, so the face recognition doesn't go crazy. People are willing to pay a premium for Final Fantasy product. Which, to be fair, great. I mean, great marketing by Wizards of the Coast. It's a great set, a great release, commercially speaking. Their marketing department should get the biggest raise they've ever had because they created something that everyone and their mom wants. So, what is the issue with this set? It is beyond successful. This, I think, is fair to say by now. However, I think the prices that people are currently paying for singles in this set are insane, guys. And let me get into it a bit while we open our first pack here and maybe open a card that we actually can already talk about. Whew, we can. Alright, first pack we pull probably one of the top 3 cards in the set. In play boosters, a Buster Sword. Good one to talk about it. So, the price of this card, even in the other treatment, which I will show here, I think can also be in play boosters, keeps climbing. And to be fair, this is a standard set. This set will be in a rotation for 3 years, meaning Wizards of the Coast will reprint their shit out of this for 3 years. The play boosters, the collectors, they can't, but still willing to see if they do nonetheless. But guys, why are they... More and more product gets open, more and more product gets printed for 3 years, mind you, at least. It's commercially so successful they will probably continue printing play boosters. Why does this keep climbing? Why? What? So... Let me put it to the point very quickly. The problem that I'm talking about is the player base that buys singles and keeps buying singles to the prices that they currently are, just because the fear of missing out is insane currently. It is not sustainable this way, and I can already tell you that this set will collapse at some point. Not collapse to 0, but it will go down in price because cards like these will be reprinted and reprinted over and over. The play booster availability is just a given by now, meaning everyone who wants them can get these cards. And that will become an issue in the future. Because card prices as of now for singles are not sustainable. So the big problem is not the set or the scalpers or the collector product. In my opinion, the collector product is a huge home run. The marketing team, again, can happily today put on something extra, like get a raise, have, Tifa, have a great evening, whatever. Like, they deserve whatever they're getting. The marketing team did, like, probably the best thing they could do with this. It's an amazing commercial success, and it's just... I don't know, it's beyond words by now for me how people, wow, that's a beautiful card, how people can still buy singles at the price they're currently at, and the product itself also keeps climbing. It makes no sense economically speaking, but the demand is growing, but also the supply is growing, yet the prices are still raising. It's crazy. And I don't think many people realize that special treatments, well, they think special treatments yet. They are not that special because they're in play boosters and collector boosters, except for obviously foil versions of those treatments, are super valuable because they're simply not. And I think we'll see a collapse of those cards fairly sooner than later, at least within the next 4 to 6 weeks. But here's the big but. I'm not ranting about this set, because the things it's doing for Magic the Gathering is crazy. I personally, I've said it a million times, I will say it again. I'm not a friend of Universe Beyond product. Because, here we are, that's one of the ones that I'm talking about. Because Universes Beyond is not a thing that Magic should be doing, in my opinion. However, financially, economically speaking, it's a great, huge success for the game. It brings in more and more players, it brings in more and more money, which in the end helps us to continue with this game. Fair point. Wizards of the Coast, well done, check. Then, this is what I was talking about. Treatments like this, Therion, Wild Rose Warrior. The only treatment that you cannot get in a play booster is the foil or search foil variant of this. You can get the regular, you can get the extended, and you can get the special treatment in the play boosters. Yet people are still going crazy for it, paying a super premium for this one, and it will be opened a ton in the future. And I don't understand how we got there or how no one can see this so far. But, you know, maybe, and that's the aspect where I'm willing to take a step back and listen. Maybe they just designed an amazing product that everyone wants and that is so rare and desirable that we should all buy it. But that's what the marketing team wants you to believe, at least. And I think, yeah, many people are falling for it. We have the Jumbo Cactuar here. Beautiful card. So far, this is looking like a cool opening. We have pretty much super valuable cards already. And considering what happened, or what happens with play and set boosters in general, if you get them for a good price currently, which I checked before starting to record, is definitely not what they're worth right now, because if you get those for $180 to $200, that's just insane. Sorry, but that's just insane for play boosters. Whew. Balam Gardens, Cedar Canyon. Crazy good land. The best land from this whole thing. It flips into Balam Garden Airborne, a flying 5/4 vehicle that when it attacks you, draw a card, and it has the least crew cost, which is 1. Great card. So if you buy this product now, please consider the price of it. I would, if I can give any advice to any Magic player, I know it feels shit to wait. I know. I had the same thing. I had this display already sitting in a little shelf behind me, ready to wait it out and see if it becomes more valuable. But guys, I've seen it with, for example, the Ixalan set boosters, which have gone up to $200 now. And just now, literally last week, the reprint hit and Ixalan went down to $100 again. And come on, like, this is... They want us to believe that this product is super valuable, sure, but it's not, man. It's really not. This is our first foil rare, by the way. I mean, it's play boosters. It makes sense to pay a little premium because it's Final Fantasy and we're all falling for the hype. But it doesn't make sense that they're going above $200 because they're not rare and they will be printed to oblivion very, very soon. But if you get them for a good price, if you get them between 130, 150 range, that's fine. Open them, enjoy them, play them with your pod. They're great. It's a great product to draft. It's a great product to draft 2-pick, a new format, by the way, that they just announced. So I can highly recommend it. I'm taking this Tifa out of the way here so my camera doesn't go crazy. Alright, we have another rare Ishai Quintite Dragon Speaker. Didn't pull it before. Flying 4 CNC. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it and has partner as a commander. Cool. Alright, Torgal. And some tokens and lands. The last one, the last play booster we opened was pretty successful, I would say. It was a little under the desired range with the rares and mythics. However, it in the end was profitable compared to market value currently. I bought these in pre-order, so I paid roughly, I think, 150 bucks for them as per Origins. If, and that's a big if, you get them for 130 to 150 range, really open them, because then they're valuable. I think then with a single value being where it's now, this is one of the very few products that I would recommend to open purely from a value perspective, because gambling loses you maybe 20 bucks, 30 bucks if you're really unlucky, and if you're really lucky you can score a profit. However, this product is also just insanely cool to open and play. I am personally having a lot of fun with the Final Fantasy product in the limited environment, and there's also a few cards that can be considered interesting for constructed formats, commander, or alternative arts to bling out your deck. Again, if you don't want the search foil version of it, but just the regular version, non-foil, then by all means, you know, go for it. Go for it. It's great. It's beautiful set. Minwu, White Mage, and Excalibur 2, and we have a Dovin's V2. So, my big ones for today would be pulling a, well, Buster Sword we already have, so that's off the list. But I would definitely love to pull an Adraxa and its special artwork, just to have it in my fingers once and in my hands once and see it, and maybe a Rhystic Study. That would be the two things that I would love to pull in this set. I would not probably keep them, because in my opinion the Rhystic Study looks horrific, but again, it would be very cool to have it in my hand once. And the Atraxa, I just want to see the artwork up close, because so far I cannot decide if I love or hate it. So far the only artwork from these things that I really like is the Ancient Copper Dragon, and that one is insanely beautiful. Alrighty, let's see. Van, Street Thief, and that was it already. Wow. So far, when it comes to mythic to rare ratio and double rares and sets in play boosters, it is really subtle, but it's a lot worse than all the previous openings of any set that I've had so far. We had one double rare today, which was this, and then one hit in the foil slot. Last play booster opening we had pretty much a similar experience. I don't know if it's a thing, but it feels like they're definitely not putting as much power in here. Well, saying that, we pull of course two rares, Xenos and a Lightning Bolt, which if you have this in a limited environment, Jesus, those are so strong in limited, this special sheet that's in here. Well, other than that, I do not think there's much to say about this set, except for the collector product obviously being crazy. I think that's the best word to put it. Collector product has tripled in price in the last 2 or 3 days. It is just beyond insane, but I guess that's what happens if you create a great marketed product and yeah, push it to the boundaries of what it can be pushed to. A Realm Reborn in foil. So we can be lucky and get more than one foil rare in this. Generally speaking, last week I put out a video about the arts and artworks of the set, and a few people commented that they're Final Fantasy fans and they really like them. I don't, but they do. And it's very subjective what this set can do, and to be honest, well played, Wizards of the Coast, well played. I think this has been years in the making, and it's a product to be proud of, and it's a product that brings in many new players. And yeah, that's inevitably just good for this game. Fair played. Alright, what do we have? Summon Fenrir, Full Art, Ultima, Origin of Oblivion. Then Haste Magic, that's it already. Wow. Yeah. It's not great so far. It's really not great. We're about halfway through. Oh, actually almost 2/3 of the way through. And we're still missing some of the big hits. I don't think there's anything valuable. Ooh, I thought that's it. Anything valuable in the common and uncommon slots. However, I'm checking everything afterwards. And by now, I'm also adding up the single value of the common and uncommon cards, which for this set, a single common or uncommon is probably worth around 3 to 10 pence, cents, whatever you want, whatever currency you're in. Not bad, to be fair. Okay, double rare, Ninja Blades, and Midgar. Not bad, like considering the average is usually way less, however not great. Well, there is no like 3, 5, 10 buck card that can make it or break it in the end in your pile of garbage that you will have, but hey, you know, here we are. Bang. Alright, Dion and Cryptic Command. Well, double rare. Cryptic Command is one of these cards that's like, you know, I won't love the artwork, so it's just too much for me, man. Alright, last third of the pack opening. And then the next time you will see a Final Fantasy product on my channel will probably be the opening of Final Fantasy Secret Lair. Because after a lot of back and forth, I got my hands on some of it. Alright, Etier and Priven. Really, really nice card. Really, really beautiful for a deck like Commander, for example. Captain America. He loves this card, I guess. Because this is really, really strong threat. Oh, it's a mythic also. So wow, we have 2 mythics and both of them are artifacts. Is it by chance or is it by design? We don't know. But the rare to mythic ratio is super, super interesting in this set. Given there's not many mythics, I would love to pull a VV actually, talking about mythics. See? Now we're getting 2 rare packs very frequently. Tela and the Darkness Crystal. 2 very strong cards. But yeah, man. I promised a friend of mine a VV if I pull one. So, Magic Gods, if you're fair and just, this person deserves one, so give me one. Wind Crystal in full art. And Shantoto, Tactician Magician. So far, this seems to be slightly worse than our first opening. Because I think you have to pull like 2 or 3 really good cards to make up for... Yeah. Oh my god, we're pulling all the crystals now to make up for the value that you lose opening it. And I think honestly this one was not it so far. If we pull a Vivi in a Traxa or a... was it Zephyroth, I think? In the last packs, we're good. But we keep hitting those hideous shit lands. And nothing valuable, so I think this one, we're behind, guys. But anyways, it's a lot of fun to talk about. It's a lot of fun to sit down, open some Final Fantasy. Ooh, this is a good open. We have, oh, actually triple rare set, I saw it already. Summon Bahamut. Really, really cool 9-drop Saga creature. The first and second chapter, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent, draw 2 cards, and then this creature deals damage equal to the mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. This is basically a must deal with threat. And then we have Azusa, Lost but Seeking, in a meh artwork. This was a good pack. I think this one gave us some life back into us, you know, for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 packs. Let's see. Alrighty. Squall Seed Mercenary. Nope, this is not it. Man, we need this boy here. We need a Cloud. We need a Vivi. We need something to be up here. Alright, the last packs, and then let's go. Let's pull something crazy. That is not something crazy, but that is okay. Okay, here we have a mythic special artwork. It's Vile, Smash of the Fears. When you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. Life Rose Field deals damage equal to that spell's mana ability that player or planeswalker target player controls. I mean, okay, reckless card. And a third foil rare. Also, we're luckily dodging everything that's valuable. However, this is not the time to rent. I think my overall message is the issue is the player base and the people paying this much currently, and not the set itself, which is a good message, I think, because I and many others feared that Final Fantasy will be a complete disaster, and it's just not. It's a good, okay set. So Terra, Magical Adept. With 5 cards, put 1 enchantment card into your hand. Okay, well, and it flips into, oh my god, something with too much text. What? It's a mythic. 4 mythics. We're up, guys, we're up. And then we have an uncommon. We have a Graha. And then we're at the last pack already. So, could this please be a Vivi, a Chocobo, or something to end this on a crazy good note? Magic Gods, bless this pack. Let's go. Alright. And it's a summoned Prival Odin, and that was it already. Wow. Overall, pretty straight opening. We have 1, 2, 3, 6 rares. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 38 rares. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mythics. Wow. Alright. The final values, including this giant pile of junk on your left. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about Final Fantasy in the comments. And see you soon for the next opening of Final Fantasy, which will be the Final Fantasy Secret Lair, and then maybe some other stuff in between. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are on the planet. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.